Guardians, welcome back to Right Way Gaming. Today, well, I said today, it was last night. This week at Bungie came out as always, but it's a pain in the ass for me because of one simple fact: I'll be in bed. Anyway, I will be doing this week at Bungie from Friday from now on, so you know, if anything's good, I'll be covering it. Anyway, this week we have some very exciting news, especially for those outside of the US where the reset times and stuff like that aren't really in sync and can screw your sleep pattern over. But we'll get into that when we get to it. So first of all, this week at Bungie starts off by basically talking about the faction rally and just whether like Dead Orbit are going to be retain the title or Future Warcult are going to take over, etc. Now, personally, what I've seen is New Monarchy are basically trashing the other factions by about 40 to 50,000 packages. So it looks like they're going to be a clear winner, in my opinion. So if you haven't already, make sure you've got character pledged to them so you can get that sword for 1,000 glimmer. That is the simple option to me. Then there's some more good news. This week at Bungie was full of good news. So, High Fidelity, they're talking about the holiday season, etc. and the PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox One X both coming out. And with this, they state that Destiny 2 will be getting an update for those consoles so that it will be compatible with HDR, High Dynamic Range, or High Definition. And you'll also see adaptive 4K resolution on the PlayStation 4 and 4000 on Xbox, blah 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 blah. Basically going to say that Destiny 2 will become 4K compatible compared to how it is now, which basically isn't, other than on PC. So that's some great news for console players, especially getting the Xbox One X and who have already got the PlayStation 4 Pro. And then again, we get another small update, which I thought was something interesting that they're doing as a bit of a community thing. They put it down as answer the call. So it says starting on the November the 17th, the first clarion call for Destiny 2 will be live all weekend long. This will be an opportunity for you to earn double XP for everything you do with a fellow clan member in your fire team. If you aren't in a clan, this will be a perfect time to join one. Your increased games will run from 10 AM Pacific through to November the 17th, 10 AM Pacific on the 20th of November. If you are dedicated to playing solo, there will be future clarion calls that won't require you to play with a clan. So this looks like something they're going to be doing on a monthly, maybe even weekly basis eventually, where they entice you to play during the weekend for more XP, which might entice people to just grind things like the start of the raid where you get a stupid amount of XP for killing the ads. Anyways, next up we have social cues, basically talking about the issues with guided games, what it has done and what it hasn't done, and how they're going to make it easier when Curse of Osiris comes out. There's nothing really there what I really want to talk about. There's nothing significant in my eyes anyway that's really going to affect you guys out there. You know, if you do guided games, you know how it works. If you don't, then, you know, just give it a try. But to be honest, I find that there is easier ways to get the Nightfall done and the raid done. And it's just by simply talking to the community, guys. You know, don't be afraid. Talk to people. They then talk about how they're going to try and get game chat for clans, so that you have a clan chat basically. How they're going to see if they can get improvements to chat functionality. And then they finalise on this one about the emote wheel, which basically they're saying that they are working on and they are going to try and get it out for us to mess around with, but they haven't really given a time scale on it, but I reckon it'll come out before Christmas start because it's not really a difficult thing to do. Then we get onto this bit. This is a bit that I'm really excited about: resetting the reset. Now that basically explains it in the title. So it says the DPS team is always working digitally behind the scenes. They are making sure you have the info you need to have the best Destiny 2 experience. Player support specialists are your tireless advocates behind the scenes in the meetings, repeating what you talk about on our forum. Now that's just a spiel really to introduce it, but this is where it gets fun. Curse of Osiris reset changes. With the release of Curse of Osiris, ritual resets, you know, every Tuesday, will no longer take place at 1 AM Pacific. Starting December the 5th, resets will occur at 5 PM Universal Time. Now, what does that mean, Universal Time? Well, it basically means that the reset will still happen at the same time around the world. So in other words, right, for example, it says 9 AM PST, which if you convert that to British time is 5 PM. Now, that means that it should start at 5 PM UK time. Well, it does. But what it means is they're basically changing the reset time so it is friendly for players around the world and not just in a certain region. So for example, now I get home at 6 o'clock, I can now cover the reset an hour after it's been out, meaning it will still be relevant. Now, the only thing I'm unsure on is whether this is going to affect things like Zer and other ritual events, but we're yet to see. They do talk about it, they do say that they're going to get Trials of the Nine Iron Banner to uniform with this time so that people can experience it around the world at the same time and at a more relevant time for them, rather than a time where they're going to be at work or where they're going to be asleep, for example. So I think this is going to be a massive boost to the game's community, because there's a lot of people that don't get to see things when they're released because of the simple fact that they're either asleep or at work, and I'm one of them people. So that is a massive boost to me, and I am definitely looking forward to just that happening on December the 5th. Then the next real thing that they really talk about is just the issue supports with PC. So there's a lot of stuff going on at the moment, obviously, because you've got drivers and GPUs that you've got to deal with on PC. So they're talking about a few changes with them, which I'm not really going to go into because, well, I don't need to. I play on PC, but I main Xbox, and that's what sort of content you'll see from me. Anyway guys, that's pretty much it this week for This Week at Bungie. It's been a pretty decent one, to be honest. Like I said, there's a lot that I've had to cover, and yeah, I think we can look forward next week to them announcing the Iron Banner, and not only that, but there'll be stuff like the Twitch streams that I can be covering next Wednesday and the following Wednesday on the Curse of Osiris download content, so keep an eye out for those videos, because yeah, they're going to be awesome, you know. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed listening, and I hope you're looking forward to the next expansion as much as I am. And if you haven't already, subscribe for more, comment below, and hit that like button. See you next time, Guardians.